Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to the 7th guest. So, apparently, as it seems, there's a way to get to an art room that is right here in this main hallway. I guess what happened is after I had solved the puzzle of the piano room, there's something from this angle, from the very beginning of the, if I just turn around here, it's not on this side, turn around and look at the stairs, there's supposed to be like an art room. Ah, yes there is. See the little chattering teeth. So just out of nowhere, like really no explanation or indication that this would happen, and you couldn't do this immediately. I know you couldn't have. The stairs, well, not the stairs, you just are magically transported into the art room.
I've seen this room before. I know what this is.
Strange paintings. Sick.
Okay, so let's go ahead and, at the risk of crashing the audio because of saving, let's go ahead and save. Theoretically, there are 3 more puzzles. This might take us twice. We are, I guess, now
Your
at our
game has been saved.
15 saves, so it's been about 7 hours. We are now in this room, I guess, and I think the whole game is just going to kind of end after we find the 3 puzzles and do them here. And I think they're probably pretty linear puzzles. Yep. Alright, well, let's see. We can see something here. It's a kid riding a flaming horse. And thank goodness for that, because that turned the music back on. And there's something over here in the piano. The paintings, there's a guy smoking here, and then it gets exhausted here. Little creepy things. I suppose what they're doing here is basically doing a haunted house. And there's a painting of the bad guy, and this is probably a fast travel around.
If you think my eyes are big, you should see my teeth.
You get a little bit of a spook. Yeah, it's really just haunted house stuff. So the puzzle is here.
All the king's horses and all the king's men.
Now, one assumes that this is not... One hopes, I guess, this is not going to be one of those bad puzzles that can bug out. So, it's a 3x3 grid over his face, doing an overlay technique and a masking technique that actually... 20 years ago, this would have taken work, certainly, and a powerful PC just to do these simple things. Nowadays, it's easily taken for granted.
So Stauf has an ego too. But somehow I get the impression he's not quite all there.
So... it's probably changing all the things that are touching it. And I assume the idea here is to make it all look normal, not to attempt to make it all look like a demon or something else.
That's funny. Stauf's falling apart, and I'm putting him back together again.
Interesting. We still don't know who the main character is that's talking. Who he is, what he's doing here, what his role in any of this really is. Because, I mean, it really can't be too much.
This puzzle reminds me of the coffins, but Stauf seems to be in more of a state than ever.
So I guess maybe they're... This is just a coffin puzzle, I suppose. What was the thing? What was the deal with the coffin puzzles? Like there was one specific one, or one specific rule that it wasn't just all the ones touching all the other things. Because this one, for instance, doesn't change the center at all. And this one would change the center. This one will, I think, change the center piece too? No? Okay. So if I did this, this should do all four around.
We'll all be dead by the time you solve this.
They all are dead by the time we solve this. So let's click this. Well, that gets everything except for one piece in place. It seems to have changed this one too. Let's switch all of these.
We'll all be dead by the time you solve this.
Okay, so we've got a corner here and a corner here. So if I click this now, theoretically this might get me where I need to go. But I'm gonna have to make a decision on how to change this. See, this one can be changed.
We'll all be dead by the time you solve this.
And this one can be changed. And this one would change this one. This one can be changed. This one can be changed.
We'll all be dead by the time you solve this.
What does this one do? See, in that corner has to be right. And this corner has to be right. So we've got this, and this section. See, I don't think this changes anything other than itself.
We'll all be dead by the time you solve this.
Now it does change other things. So switch back to where it was. And let's see. Switch this. I'm so close, and yet so far.
We'll all be dead by the time you solve this.
What if I was to hit this? And then hit... Let's see. Maybe this? Oh, I really don't want to have to end up using the walkthrough yet again.
We'll all be dead by the time you solve this.
But I think at this point it is just time to give up. The frustration levels are too high. The random clicking of all of this is kind of pointless. If I do that, did I get it? No. This part and this part is red, and you can barely even tell.
We'll all be dead by the time you solve this.
So that's the right way to do this. And then I can do this, which should turn everything red, except for that. And then I can do this, which should turn everything green, except for that. So I can hit this, and I don't know what I'm accomplishing there.
We'll all be dead by the time you solve this.
Let's just use the walkthrough. It's so... I'm so over it. I am so over it. Alright. Restart the puzzle.
Start again.
To what it was. Let's see. Like, your goal is to change the painting back to the human likeness of Stauf. It's a simple pattern to the way the lids part of the painting, the lid parts of the painting change. One of the corner squares is clicked. The three adjacent to it will flip from one picture to the next. Click on the square in the center of the sides, and all three squares on that side will change. Click on the center square, flips horizontal and vertical adjacent squares. Painting changes from human Stauf to red devil to green demon, then back to human Stauf. Solution: as the layout of the parts of the painting are random at start, there is no set solution to this problem, but try to get the parts in the painting into a symmetrical layout as it makes it easier. In some cases, you may encounter the following situations. To fix the center cell with affecting others, click on a corner cell twice, followed by the opposite corner twice. I figured that out. You can also click on the 4 corners instead, then click on the center cell. To complete the image, if you complete the image but the wrong one, click on each corner cell once and the edge cell twice. If the opposite left and right cells in the middle are mismatched, click on the bottom left corner twice, then the bottom right corner once. You can now rotate this pattern for the top and bottom cells. So that may not have just been solvable. That is possible. Because like right now, if I do this, I have the solution.
We'll all be dead by the time you solve this.
All I've got to do now is follow the instructions to that. If you complete the image but the wrong one, click on each corner cell once, then each edge cell twice. Okay, so once here.
We'll all be dead by the time you solve this.
Once here. This is a little more complicated. I probably wouldn't have figured this out for a while. Once here. Once here. And then once here. And once here. And once here. And then once here. And then once here. And then once here. And then once here. And once here. And that makes it an X, so I should just be able to click here, and that should be the solution.
Foiled again!
I mostly solved that without help. I just needed the basic instructions, which the game doesn't give you. This is kind of grotesque and creepy. A lot creepier than anything else we've seen. In fact, I recently played Layers of Fear, I've mentioned, and you would have thought that an effect like this would have been used a lot more than it was. So we make him a human. Is his soul trapped in the painting? I mean, all we're doing is seeing the cutscene, though. That's all we did. Right? So we need to probably leave this area. Or we need to figure out where the next area is. Because, yeah, there's kind of nothing here. Yeah, there's no puzzle, there's no chatterbox, there's no nothing. So, are we back to the altar? Well, I've already cheated once to figure out where I'm supposed to go. I feel like it would be kind of silly to not go ahead and just do that again. To find out where the other two puzzles are. Let's see. Up, down here. Like, unless there's a puzzle here I've missed. think we've done everything. This has to fill in each time. Simple programming mechanic of just taking a picture or saving a bitmap file of that. So it doesn't have to reload each time would have been helpful. This staircase, maybe this staircase does go up somewhere. Maybe there's a confusing way in which that works. Let's go up the staircase. Let's see if maybe we can get into the attic. Let's go check the altar. I don't want to immediately have to cheat, but I am certainly risking a waste of time when we should just move forward and finish this game. Just be done with it. And yeah, we've seen creepy paintings everywhere. Music plays a little bit differently. Is that something to be taken as meaning something? Let's see where this door leads. I think this is just a... Oh! Looky there. Okay. So, we've got a knives puzzle, the second to last puzzle. And it's a peg jumping puzzle, I assume. Yeah. And it's going to show an entire animation there, isn't it? I assume we want one piece left. Wait a minute. There's something. No, that works. It's just kind of hard to click on. They've decided to make this puzzle incredibly small for no good reason. 620 by 480 pixels, and you're really only using maybe 100 by 100. That's probably a ridiculous understatement.
Which way should I go now?
Let's see. I think I want to go here. And then if I go here, then back here, that will...
Which way should I go now?
That'll eliminate that one. And then if I...
Which way should I go now?
Yeah, go here. May have screwed up. Yeah, I think I screwed up.
I'm going to have to start again.
So this is just a standard peg puzzle, and I'm, I guess, willing to give it one more try, and then I'm just gonna take the easy way out. Let's see. And use the quick... use the walkthrough. Just look at the solution. Alright, this... Alright, so how do I get it down to 2? Because if I jump this to here, then yeah. If I jump this to here, I don't think either one of these end up being where they need to be. This here could then be jumped by this or this, either one. Doesn't really matter. I need something over here. Let's see if I jumped this over here and then jumped this with that, I'd still be in the wrong place.
I'm going to have to start again.
Yeah, let's just use the walkthrough. It's not a difficult puzzle, but they've numbered it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for the solution. So they're saying take 6, move it to 1, which is what I was starting with, and then 5 and moving it to 3, which made alright sense if I can get the mouse cursor to really work with it. The mouse cursor in this game, you get the feel that you're putting the mouse cursor or the cursor in the center of where you're clicking instead of, say, the top left corner, which is more common. Nowadays it makes more sense. 8 to 5. So that's where I was messing up. And then 2 to 4. And then 1 to 7. And then 5 to 8. And we don't need any more help to solve that puzzle, do we? You simply click on one of these, could have been either one. And then that leaves you finishing with the knife at the top, which I think you probably needed to do to solve it. So there's one more puzzle. Well, actually, it's not even at the top. And you get a little bit of an animation cutscene. And we can just walk forward. This should take us to the attic, I guess. Okay, well, there's 2 minutes left in this recording. I think now is the right time to save the game. Well, we'll not even save the game. We'll just end the recording. And we'll wrap up in the next time. Like I said, yeah, a lot of frustration. This is typical of what happens in point-and-click adventures. I kind of have this Stockholm syndrome, certainly with point-and-click adventures, where I love them and have nostalgia for them. But in all realisticness, they suck more often than they don't, of just having incredibly complicated puzzles or just being obtuse about telling you what they want you to do. This game being so old, you don't have any real backstory. The characters barely get enough screen time to get any characterization. The story itself is just kind of a haunted house. It's supposed to be a spooky story, but it really isn't. There's a lot of technical achievements you can see in this game. Things that live on today in facial capture and motion capture that is used in every AAA game. Ideas of having effects, the ideas of having characters, the ideas of having story and sound effects and environmental effects. All of those things were pushed forward as ideas with a game like this, and probably this game quite a bit. But in 2018, you still run into those puzzles. You still run into glitches. We ran into a bug that has never been corrected. The good news is I'm pretty sure that the 13th doll would have worked on all of that, and being a fan-made game has a decent chance to be at least somewhat good. However, being a Kickstarter game, it might also be incredibly short, and it might still run into some major speed bumps. So when that comes out in Halloween, around Halloween, if it comes out, since I'm recording this before Halloween, it'll be interesting to see what's been improved and how good of a game that is. Is it the beginning of a potential new trilogy or a new series of games like this? You certainly could have a series like this. You've just got to have the modern approach of hints and puzzles and gameplay mechanics and environment design. And certainly a 20-year-old game isn't going to have any of that. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me, I'm asking people to friend me on Steam and gift me a game or a gift card, or send me a Steam code through Twitter direct message. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.